When you think of working in a home service skilled trade, you probably think of being an electrician, a plumber, an HVAC technician, a roofer, or maybe painting. This is a trade that pertains to probably biggest in the home service industry, but also, like many other trades, has work in industrial and commercial settings as well. Just like an HVAC technician, just like an electrician, just like a plumber, you not only work in residential homes, you can also work in industrial and commercial settings as well. What trade is this? And yes, you can make six figures with this trade. If you like problem solving, if you like working with your hands, if you're good with mechanical parts and moving parts and building to install and build things, this might be a skill trade for you to look into. This trade I'm talking about is becoming a garage door technician. Think about a garage door technician, what do you think of? Well, someone who obviously probably works on garage doors of sorts. Now, when you really start to deep dive and thinking about the garage door industry, how big is it? It's massive. If you know anything about A1 Garage or Tommy Mello, he calls the garage door the smile of a home. And I would have to agree with him, because think for a second, if you're gonna drive past the house and they had a very terrible garage door that looks like crap, or even they're missing their garage door because the garage door doesn't work, it looks like they're missing a tooth, or they have a crooked smile, or they don't have a very nice smile. A garage door is the smile of a person's house. Now, it also comes down to, commercial and industrial settings. How many doggone commercial or industrial buildings for semi trucks? But you got to think of like an Amazon building, goods coming in and out. How many garage doors are on just one of those buildings alone? Those buildings are everywhere. Houses, how many houses have garage doors on them? Apartment complexes, how many of them have garages attached to them? So garage doors are everywhere. And you got to think, well, someone has to install those garage doors. Someone has to repair broken garage doors. Someone has to go to a garage door on a house and problem solve the reason why isn't it properly rolling up and down. And well, you're going to have to probably sell that person on a new garage door or a new piece of equipment so their door can be operable again. You might be wondering, well, how do I get started to become a garage door technician? There's really a couple ways. Just like many other trades, you can look for garage door companies in your area. If you look in, I live in Phoenix, there's probably, I think there's around 500 garage door companies in just Phoenix alone. Now you got to think, wherever you live, if you live near a big city, there's garage door companies, just like there's electrician companies, just like there's plumbing companies, HVAC, roofing. Doesn't matter if it's home service, probably also work on industrial and commercial settings as well. Look for those companies. The biggest one that comes to my mind is A1 Garage. You can hear things about A1 Garage, people who work there. You can look on Reddit and blah, 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 do your research. But the fact of the matter is, you can find a garage door company in your area and see if they're hiring. Now, if you're going to do that, though, I would see if they have a sort of an apprenticeship program. I know A1 Garage for a fact, they have a 2-week training. I think it's a 2-week training program that they do for their new employees, because they want their garage door technicians to work on customers' property the same across the board. So I know they have a whole training facility here in Phoenix where you go work and you go learn on how garage door technicians are supposed to operate with customers, how to work on garage doors and problem solve, install, and fix.
All right, so clearly training is a big thing in what you believe in. So what's the secret to training others effectively and successfully?
So we believe in training in a training center versus on a customer's house. Literally what I want is us to know that we did it the same way every time. And so we built the National Training Center. There's usually 30 to 40 technicians here per month. We go through drug tests, background checks. We make sure they're a good person. They care, they tell a great story. There's somebody I want in my house. And if they're not, they don't make it. They don't make the cut.
I'm not saying to apply and work for A1 Garage, but they are a good model to look at, regardless of if you've worked for them or not and whatever you think about them. They are a company that does offer an apprenticeship or on-the-job training program for you. So that's the first kind of thing. You could kind of look for a technical school that offers like kind of on the job training for a garage door type of things. I'm not sure how common those are. From my knowledge, they're not that common. But I feel like if you have a mechanical sense and you have a problem solving attitude and you can work with your hands, you'd probably be all right as a garage door technician. Now, the other way is becoming an apprentice, a carpenter apprentice through the UBC, through the union. I know they do install and they work on garage doors, but I don't think they specifically offer like an apprenticeship for a garage door technician. I just know that there are carpenters through the UBC that do work on garage doors frequently, and that's one of their specialty skills that they're able to do. So getting started, it's probably a good idea to have your high school diploma or your GED. I'm sure having a driver's license is probably going to be a thing that you're going to have, especially if you work for a residential garage door company, because you'll probably be driving company vehicle around. So I'm sure they're going to want to do drug tests and those sorts of things on you to make sure that you are someone they would trust driving their vehicle around. And from my knowledge, those are like basically the 3 requirements. If you've seen previous video, the 3 requirements to become an apprentice are basically that high school diploma, a valid driver's license, and be able to pass a drug test. Beyond that, having a good work ethic, be able to work and show up to work on time. I know with residential garage door companies like A1 Garage, having a skill to talk with people and be a salesperson is going to be something that's where you're going to make your money off commission. How much money do garage door technicians make? Well, that's going to purely be based on the company you work on and the way they pay. Whether they pay you hourly, so you get a paycheck each week. Let's just say you work 5 days a week, 10-hour days, then you get paid for that. But from my understanding, and you can go on Reddit and type in garage door technician salary, and you'll see here that most people get paid based on commission and or per job. So having that sales technique, especially working for a residential garage door company, is going to be where most of your money is going to be made. Your hourly rate's probably going to be pretty low, and your money is going to be made based on your commission. If we do go on Reddit, we can see here garage door technician salary. And we can see right here on Reddit, technician base pay. I made $3,200 one week and then $720 another week. It fluctuates a lot. It's a sales service position. When you make good money is when you have doors that were sold, being installed, and having good service week on the same week. I've been doing this for 11 years and it's a good gig. Reading these comments makes me more thankful for the company I work for. This is my 3rd company, and sometimes you got to search finding the right company for you. Go on Reddit and you can find this exact thread I'm talking about, and you'll see that's basically how you're going to get paid in the garage door industry, especially working for a residential garage door company. Finding the right company and working for that company is probably going to be your best bet. Now, if you work for the union, you get in the carpenters union, and you happen to be working on garage doors, you're going to get all the union benefits. You're going to get the base pay, the hourly pay that the union provides, plus the medical benefits and all that. So it's kind of a different ballgame when it comes to pay. That's going to be, whatever you get paid per hour working for the union, whatever union you're a part of, that's where you're going to get paid. Versus working for a non-union outfit doing residential stuff. Sounds like you're going to get paid on commission and on, doors worked on, sales made while working. That's where you're going to really make your money. In my opinion, is the garage door technician, is it a good trade? I think it is. I mean, from my opinion, it doesn't seem like it's the most physical, labor intensive trade. Sure, I mean, you got to lift maybe some heavy objects here and there. Just working, being good with your hands, being on your feet, being on a ladder. So there's not too much into it. You're not in crawl spaces. You're not up on a roof, or you're not up in a man basket. So like, the qualifications, I mean, you don't really have to work with electricity or heights or really big moving pieces of equipment. I think this would be a pretty cool trade to get into. I think though, if you're going to do it, especially for a residential garage door company, you got to be good with sales. You got to be wanting to, unfortunately, if you want to make some money, you're probably gonna have to sell that old lady on a new garage door. And that's where you're going to make your money. But if that's not for you, if you don't want to get into sales, if you don't want to do sales, then maybe looking for a company that isn't so much based on commission, or even seeing if the union does this type of thing, then maybe that's a better route for you. Me personally, I'm not a salesperson, so it would be hard for me to morally go fix someone's garage door and sell them on different parts to make commission. That's just me personally. But if you think you're able to do something like that, then this could be a great opportunity for you. I also know that's why people in HVAC or plumbing or electrical can make really good money when it comes to residential work, is they're good at selling the customer on things that they either need or they don't really need, but they could use. Sales is always a good skill to have. And if you're good with sales and you're good with working with your hands, then becoming a garage door technician could be an awesome career opportunity for you. Hopefully you guys can learn from this video what a garage door technician is and how to get started as a garage door technician. Maybe some skills, some things that you can have in your pocket, some things to look out for while getting started in this industry. If you want to work residential, look for companies in your area that do residential garage doors. If not, you can check with the local carpenters union and see, or with local other construction companies, general contractor companies in your area, and see. Regardless, if you're good at working with your hands and you're not a big fan of heights or electricity or being in tight spaces, this is a pretty good industry to work in. With Blue Collar EDU, I'm here to expose, teach, educate you guys about blue collar career opportunities and how to get started. With that being said, I'll catch you guys on the next one.